Hello, Namaste. I'm Swapna Pednekar from India. I'm very happy to welcome all the patrons of Livingston Public Library on this very fine morning. Today, we'll be discussing and learning about the breathing exercise. We call it pranayam. Pranayam means consciously generating, directing, and controlling the process of inhaling and exhaling of the oxygen. So, this process of inhaling and exhaling of the oxygen in a very systematic way helps us in different ways to improve our internal systems, our respiratory systems, our blood circulating system, our digestion system, and so on. And we are going to learn how we can do it. So in pranayam, there are some preconditions. First, the time. Morning time is the best because we are fresh and everything around is also fresh. But those who are not able to get up early in the morning can do it in the evening also. If it is done in the morning, the first thing and the good thing is that the stomach is empty. If we do in the evening, it can be only after minimum 3 hours of our food. So empty stomach is the precondition of pranayama. Then the place where we'll be sitting. A pleasant place, airy place, and which will give us comfort. If it is surrounded by greenery, that is very good. If we have water ponds around, that is also very good. You can sit in your precious room, spacious room, surrounded by greenery, or in your terrace or in the balcony. Then the actual sitting arrangement means for the postures. Now since everybody is at home because of this lockup, so children, parents, grandparents all together can sit and do the pranayama. Children can sit on the floor. The floor should be covered either by a mat or carpet. Bare floor sitting and doing pranayam is of no use because this generated energy gets grounded into the floor. So it should always be covered. Elders can sit in the chair with little hard surface because the spine should be straight erect. The cushion, foamy cushion will keep our seat in. So for pranayam, little hard surface is better. This is about the posture. Then the sitting arrangement will be when you sit down, keep your legs folded on each other in Sukhasana. Sukhasana is comfortable asana, which gives you Sukha. Sukha means comfort. If you are sitting in the chair, your legs will be folded on each other, touching to the ground. This is about the sitting arrangement. Then your spine should always be straight, erect, and the neck and spine will be in one line. Your eyes will always be closed when you are doing pranayama, and your hands will be in dhyana mudra. This is dhyana mudra. The thumb and the index finger, tips of them touch together, other 3 fingers straight, and facing to the sky, you will keep your hands on the lap. This is dhyana mudra. So you are ready for pranayama now. But a caution thing I'm going to tell you first. I will tell you afterwards also, but this is to be remembered. Pregnant women will not do the pranayam, especially the second pranayam, that is Kapalabhati. Those who are having, women having heavy bleeding problem during their menstrual period, will also not be doing the second pranayam, that is Kapalabhati pranayam. And those who are operated on stomach for first 6 months, they will not be doing this pranayam. I have to tell you one more thing about pranayama. It's a part of yoga. It's yama, niyama, asana, pranayam, pratyahar, dhyana, dharana, samadhi are all 8 parts of yoga. So pranayama is one of them, that is the 4th. And within a very short time, we'll get the maximum possible results. That's why we are doing now first the pranayama. Okay, we'll start it. There are actually 8 pranayams, but for our simplicity and practical use, I have bring down them to 6. So first pranayam is Bhastrika pranayam. Bhastrika pranayam is inhale and exhale only. So if it is difficult for you to remember the name Bhastrika, you can remember only inhale and exhale. That is enough. Long inhale for about 5 seconds and long exhale. I'll show you. Eyes closed, spine erect, long breath. The breath should reach to your diaphragm. Diaphragm is the line between the chest and the stomach. So the diaphragm should be expanded 100%. And your lungs will get full of air with the breathe in. Again I will show you, just observe. Got it? Yeah. Start doing it. We'll have to do it 3 minutes. Long inhale, long exhale. Your breath is going till the diaphragm, expanding the diaphragm to 100%. Your lungs are getting full of air. You are in Dhyana Mudra. Long breathe in, about 5 seconds. And long breathe out. No holding. Just inhale and exhale. In both the parts of our lungs together, we have 14 lakhs cells. So all these 14 lakh cells gets full air, full oxygen. And all this oxygen is circulated through the blood, and the oxygenated blood gives us a lot of energy. And with this pranayam, all our respiratory system gets cleansed out. Any disturbances in the system gets cleared out and it works very efficiently. So that much useful this pranayam is. We can do it every day 5 minutes also, but here with the limited time we will be doing for 3 minutes. Okay, so we have completed 3 minutes now. We'll go to next pranayam, that is Kapalabhati. Kapalabhati is exhale only. No inhaling is required. If you don't remember Kapalabhati name, you can only remember exhaling. So keep exhaling once at a second. Just observe first and then start doing. Eyes closed, your spine straight, hands in Dhyana Mudra. Got it? Yeah. You start now. We have to do this pranayam for 10 minutes. So start doing and listen to what I am telling you. This once at a second when we are exhaling, for a minute it is 60 times we are exhaling, and for 10 minutes 600 times. So 600 times we are throwing the air out. Along with this air out, all the toxins in the body are going out. Tensions on the mind also go out. And we feel very relaxed. It's very useful pranayam. Get you toxins free and tensions free. Keep doing it. If you get tired, suppose in the beginning maybe you will get tired also. So you can wait for a minute. And thereafter again you continue. But you have to complete 10 minutes. Completing 10 minutes, this pranayam is very, very important. Because that minimum 10 minutes is the bottom line. You can do it more, how much you want. The more you do, the good it is for you. But minimum 10 minutes is required. So with this pranayam, we get lot of energy again. Because the dirt is out. If you clean our house, our room, how you feel? Fresh, nice. Same it is. When you clean your body, take out all the toxins, you feel very fresh and nice, light. Then again caution, pregnant women will not do this pranayam. Ladies with heavy bleedings in their menstrual period will not do this pranayam. And those who are operated, especially on stomach. So for first 6 months after operation, they will not do this pranayam. Okay? Because when we are exhaling, our stomach goes in. And whole time, 10 minutes, the stomach keeps going in and out, in and out, in and out. It helps throwing the toxins. And that's why these precautions, what I told you, they are to be taken. The pranayam is very good, but some precautions will have to follow. So this Kapalabhati pranayam, once at a second, for 1 minute it is 60 times, and for 10 minutes it is 600 times we are throwing all the toxins out. So everybody is doing this pranayam very religiously, very sincerely. Suppose children around you, if they are doing the pranayam, they are doing in an incorrect way, you can correct them and come back to your own pranayam, but complete 10 minutes. Okay, that is to be remembered always. So I suppose this 10 minutes everybody has completed and you are feeling very nice. Kapalabhati pranayam. Exhale only. No inhaling is required. Next pranayam is Ujjayi pranayam. In Ujjayi pranayam is cleansing of our throat. Very important for today's situation. How it is to be done, I'll tell you. We have to contract from inside our throat. And by keeping our mouth closed, take long inhale. Then hold it by keeping your chin here close to your chest. And thereafter exhale from the left, closing your right nostril with the right thumb. I'll show you. Close your eyes. Got it? Start doing it. We have to do 5 times. Close your eyes. Close your mouth. You are in Dhyana Mudra, sitting straight. Contract your throat and inhale long, which will make a noise from inside. The inhaling goes through your throat. We have contracted your throat. Then you are holding it. Your mouth is still closed. The breath is hold. Your chin is touching to your chest. Hold it how much you can. Thereafter lift the chin and close your right nostril with your right thumb and leave the air from left nostril. Very useful pranayam. It cleans out your throat. If you don't remember the name Ujjayi Pranayam, you just remember cleansing of throat. So the 3 pranayams we learn. First is inhale exhale, that is Vastrika. Second is exhale only, that is Kapalabhati. And third is Ujjayi Pranayam, that is cleansing of throat. Still 3 we have to learn and practice. So we will go to 4th one. 4th one is Anulom Vilom. Ujjayi we did for 5 minutes. 5 times, sorry. First is for 3 minutes, second is for 10 minutes, and the third is for 5 times. Now Anulom Vilom for 10 minutes again. Anulom Vilom is alternate pranayam. Inhale from left, exhale to right. Again inhale from right, exhale to left. And keep this doing continuously. Inhaling and exhaling using your right hand. This last 2 fingers, middle and the ring finger, to close your left nostril, and the thumb to close your right nostril, and the left hand in Dhyana Mudra on your left lap. Okay, this will be the posture. Your eyes will be closed and long inhale from left. Always to start this with left, and when you want to end it, stop it, it is always to the left. That is to be remembered. I'll show you once. Got it? Good. So you start Anulom Vilom Pranayam. We have to do it for 10 minutes. Start doing it. You are sitting straight, your eyes closed, your hands in Dhyana Mudra. Your right nostril is closed with your right thumb. Start inhaling from left. Thereafter close your left nostril with the two fingers, middle finger and the ring finger. Leave the air to the left. Again inhale from left, right. Once you have left it, again inhale, leave it to the left. Again start from the left. Leave from the right. Inhale from right. Exhale to left. Long. Again inhale from left. Exhale to right. Inhale from right. Exhale to left. Keep doing this and listen to me what I am telling you. All these pranayams increase our immune system. To a great extent. With this pranayama, Anulom Vilom, what happens? We have in our body 72,72,210 blood veins. All these veins get oxygenated blood supply and we feel very energetic, very strong to fight against any odd. So, this pranayama help us to increase our strength and immunity, both together. Whatever we have done earlier, that is also doing this. But this is helping more because the entire body, all the blood veins are now activated. Over the period as our age grows, some veins do not get the blood supply to the end, to all the edges of our body, parts of body. And if the blood supply is not reached there, they get dumb. The parts get slowly stiff and we find it difficult to move them easily. So with this pranayam, the blood reaches to all the last part of the body, or that is why we feel energetic. So this pranayama will be doing every day for 10 minutes, minimum 10 minutes. If you do it for more, that is nothing like that. If you have time and likelihood, you should be able to like it. If you keep doing it, you will like it. If you know the advantages of it, you will keep doing it. It's all interrelated, isn't it? So let us go further. Anulom Vilom Pranayam we have done for 10 minutes. Now we have to do Bhramari Pranayam. Anulom Vilom Pranayam, we will be remembering the name, alternate breathing. Okay? So now Bhramari Pranayam. Bhramari pranayam is bee humming. Remember the bee humming. Bee humming, you must be knowing how the bee humming noise comes. Like that, we have to make noise by chanting Om from our nose. And we have to close our eyes and our mouth. And we'll be chanting Om. But there is some method to close our eyes. This index finger we have to keep above our eyebrows. Then the three fingers on our eyes and the thumb we have to keep on the open portion of our ears with little pressure. It will be not hard pressure, very little pressure, very light, and chant Om by keeping your mouth closed. Got it? So, start doing it. Bhramari pranayam. Children will like it. It's a play for them. They'll enjoy this. Okay? Sit straight. Your eyes closed with your three fingers, last three fingers. Index finger on your little above eyebrows and thumb on your open portion of the ears and mouth closed. You are chanting Om through your nose. That is making a noise like bee humming. Very good. So, 5 minutes we are doing it. I am sure all of you have done it and enjoyed it. Did you? Tell me. Now, the last pranayam, that is Udgit pranayam. That is chanting Om 5 times. Bhramari also 5 times. That is bee humming, and this Udgit means chanting Om 5 times. Long Om. Long breath. Done? Very good. I hope all of you have liked it and you will follow it. On behalf of Livingstone Public Library. I thank you all to be here and listen to me patiently.